Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my Patreon-powered reaction to the 6th episode of Akame Got Kill. So, in the last episode, it basically started with showing clearly that Tatsubi is not completely over the death of his friends, which is very understandable. It showed a dream he had about them, as well as a scene later where he was really excited about the prospect of maybe possibly being a relic that could bring them back, but of course there's not. There usually isn't in anime. Fullmetal Alchemist probably being the best example of that. But yeah, Shelley was the Night Raid member that got the most focus this episode. We learned about her tragic backstory, how she wasn't really good at anything until one day when she ended up killing her friend's dangerous ex-boyfriend and finding out she did have a talent for killing. But yeah, she is pretty serious about training though. She had Tatsumi swim wearing his armor. Some pretty hardcore stuff there. But yeah, she is pretty much the clumsy, airheaded, glasses, One older sister kind of character. So, yeah. We were introduced to a couple other characters, a couple new characters. Esdeath and Seiryu. Seiryu was a justice-obsessed guard in the capital, who was voiced by Hanakata, most importantly. And Esdeath, who I assume will be a pretty important character, I just kind of got that impression. I doubt she's going to be one of those characters that's introduced one episode and dies either that same episode or the one after. I think she'll stick around for a while. So, yeah, let's get into the next episode. As usual, there'll be no audio or footage of the anime used in the reaction for copyright reasons. There is a timer in the upper left-hand corner, and subs below me to help you follow along. And so, let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, I got the feeling it was. I wonder if Leona's going to get some focus this episode. I mean, Akame's is still my favorite, but hers is pretty cool as well. I'm sure it does. I mean, I got a little pumped up just watching. Why is she princess carrying him? I mean, maybe it's faster, but I'm sure it is faster. Kind of answer my own question there. So yeah, I think she said this mission was about taking out a debt collector. Something like that. Yeah, even the opening, you can tell Esdeath is probably one of the big baddies. If not the final boss. Kill the absolute justice. Probably referring to Seiryu, who is probably going to die this episode, but maybe that's a little bit too obvious of an interpretation. I mean, any character in this kind of series that's that obsessed with justice is going to die at some point. I mean, you're in, aren't you? And nobody seems to be none the wiser. It definitely looks like a fun place. Not gonna lie. That's so messed up. You can tell Leona's very bothered by it. I'm sure they'll get what's coming to them. I mean, pretty much all the targets have been, so that's not really surprising. Oh. That definitely explains it. We did see some of that last episode, him walking with Leona in town. Everyone seemed to know her. Talk about crashing a party. Even without a relic, Tatsumi definitely wrecks. You know, non-relic users. Man, that eye. Did he cut him in half? Looks like he lost teeth, even though she didn't kick him in the mouth. So that must have been one hell of a kick. About to lose more than that eye. I'll take your life, please. She actually said it. Well, not word for word, but the idea. The sound effects on the blows are definitely on point. And Tatsumi just cutting people in half is more entertaining than it probably should be. But it does make sense if you can take down those giant monsters. Against a human opponent, it would just go clean through them all the way. She's either really tall or he is really short. I mean, lions are kind of cats, and cats lick. You know, and attack your expensive cords. That almost looked like Siryu. Almost. I think it is her. Yeah, that's why I thought that behavior was a bit odd. That's why I didn't think it was her. And of course, I would never mistake Hanakana's voice. How long was she standing there? In that tree? Ubiquitous. That's such a cool last name. Yeah, she didn't really look like that much of a justice fighter in that shot. In my opinion. She's not gonna join you. Not with that sense of justice. Yeah, you really can't blame her for holding a bit of a grudge. Forgot about that guy. I thought something was missing. And why do I keep shaking the camera? I was questioning this thing's usefulness, but if it can do that... And I meant specifically usefulness in combat. It's like a worm mouth. Well, not like a real life worm, a worm monster. That was quite a blood flick. Yeah, you saw that thing regenerate earlier. Were you really expecting it to be down for the count? And I thought that thing couldn't get any more frightening looking. Or rather, it wouldn't get any more frightening looking. There's always some sort of core or something with a regenerating opponent like this. Either that or you're required to annihilate every particle of him at once. Clearly he lifts. Of course, so far the relic's done all the work, Koro. A fighter for justice really shouldn't have that creepy of a smile. I mean, that might do it. I can't remember what decides the power of Mind's weapon. I know they explained it. Yeah, you're fighting two opponents. Says the person with a giant attacking, regenerating dog. Yeah, we found out in the last episode she went through some kind of operation to become stronger. Okay, that's what it was. Process of elimination. Unless he can move his core. I know there are some enemies that could do that in certain shows. Holy sh... Well, she disarmed her. I do like the music. Okay. Looks like it was blocked. Yeah, I think this fight might be over. That's a lot of blood to lose. Overheated dog. And there it just keeps getting scarier looking. Doesn't everyone? Considering she had her arms cut off, she doesn't seem to be in that much pain. On the other hand... Mine might be out of the fight, though. In her mouth. No. They just killed off... Kill her, mine. We just learned about her last episode, and you... She was like the only one that was nice to Tatsume. One final attack. One final attack to save mine's life. Ah. Akame. I guess it figures one of the nicest characters gets killed off early. And to top it all off, they lose the relic. She's seen better days. She was not a villain. You are without a doubt the villain in this situation. Not that she would listen to me. I mean, as far as main character deaths, there are certainly ones that would bother me more than that, but... I mean, we only had really one episode of characterization for her. Like if Akame died, there would be hell to pay. Yeah, he's gonna be out for blood after that. They're assassins. This does kind of come with the duty, unfortunately. They all went into this knowing what might happen to them, which included her. She remembers that name. Though it kind of should be common sense that you would need a relic to beat a relic. Of course, even then, some are bad matchups, like Akame's would be to the armor. And he's still not even completely over the death of his other friends, and now he has this to deal with. The one girl that comforted him in one of the worst times of his life. Oh my god. And if they're willing to kill off Shelly, they're probably willing to at least kill off a couple more Night Raiders before this series ends, at least. And Esdeath has arrived in the capital. Because things weren't going bad enough for Night Raid. Good thing I watched this last. Reacting to other shows with this fresh in my mind would be difficult. Mustache. Man, that preview almost told me nothing. Kill the 3. That could mean a lot of things, actually. I can't really speculate much on that title, but... yeah, that was the 6th episode of Akame Got Kill. And, yeah, Shile was killed in combat by Seiryu. Which, you know... I thought the title meant that Seiryu would be the one to die in this episode, but... clearly I interpreted that title incorrectly. At least mine got away. Usually in that situation, everyone involved would die, but... Shile used one last bit of her power to save mine, make sure she got away. She was a good person to the end. And I'm not gonna lie, when Shile said that thing about finally being useful, that almost got me to tear up. That was probably the closest I got. That was just so sad. Even thinking about it now almost got me to tear up. But yeah, she was definitely a good person. She did not deserve to go out like that. It is definitely sad to see her go, even though, like I said, we didn't really see a whole lot of her in the series. And I feel like that we're just going to get more and more significant deaths as the series goes. Because this is a dark series about assassins. Going into it, I kind of knew there would probably be some deaths of important characters. I mean, the first episode, we did see Sayo and the other guy die. Which, you know, kind of did set the tone for the series overall. But, yeah. That was pretty much the episode. I don't really have much more to say on it than that, so... let me know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of my reaction in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.